Hello, Year 4. Welcome to your grammar lesson for Wednesday, the 3rd of February. I've gone for a new background today, wishing I could be on holiday. Just excuse my voice. I've got a bit of a cold, so I probably sound a bit bunged up, but I'm absolutely fine. So let's get started on our grammar lesson. Right, I've got a couple of challenges for you first. I want you to sort these things for me. How would you sort these items, I wonder? Pause the video. How would you logically sort these items into groups? Okay, I don't know about you, but I would probably do animals and food. So let's put my animals over there and my food over here. I've got one group for animals and one group for food. Two separate groups on two different topics. Let's have a look at the next one. What have we got here? I'm going to move myself down out the way a bit. How would you sort these into groups, I wonder? Pause the video, have a think. Oh, logically, I think I would probably do fruit and vegetables. Let's put my vegetables over here. So vegetables on the left, fruit on the right. Now, you might have chosen something different, but that's how I've logically decided to sort my pictures into two groups based on two different topics, fruit and vegetables. What about this last one? We can't quite see my bottom picture, I'll just move it up. How would you sort these pictures, I wonder? Pause the video and have a think. Okay, I would do, if it was me, I would have one group for weather, because we've got lots of different weather pictures. Put my rainbow over there with my weather pictures. I'd have one group for transport, and I'd have one group for items of clothes. So three separate topics there, which I've put together into logical groups. And we're going to carry on with that theme in our lesson today, because today we are learning to use paragraphs to organise ideas around a theme. Now, if you were able to sort those pictures into logical groups, then you are able to write in paragraphs. It's exactly the same skill, thinking which things go together. So your steps to success today are: I can explain the purpose of paragraphing, I know how to paragraph, and I can organise work into paragraphs. The first thing I'd like you to do, I'd like you to pause the video, write the long date and WALT and underline it, and then I've also provided you with a link in our daily plan. I want you to watch that link before you watch any more of our lesson today, please. So watch the link and then come back to our lesson. Okay, I found that link whilst I was watching a Winnie the Pooh film with my little boy over the weekend, and I thought it was just a nice little introduction to our session today. So, Winnie the Pooh has just helped to explain. I'm about to sneeze, bear with me a minute. Winnie the Pooh has already explained. So what is a paragraph? Pause the video for me, please, and have a think. What is a paragraph and what is it not? Excuse me. Now, as he has already said, a paragraph is a group of sentences that form a complete thought. Another way of thinking about that is to think that paragraphs are based on different topics. So instead of thinking a complete thought, form a complete topic. So let's have a think about the reasons why we might use paragraphs. We might use paragraphs to show that the author has changed time, place, or argument. So if I'm writing about my day, I might have a paragraph about what I did in the morning, a paragraph about what I did in the afternoon, and a paragraph when it moves on to evening. Or if I'm writing a story, whenever the time changes or the day changes, I might then start a new paragraph, or I should start a new paragraph. If I'm writing a story and I change place, so to start off with, I'm at home and then I'm at school, I should be starting a new paragraph when I go to school. and the same with my topic or argument. We use paragraphs to explain or describe ideas in detail. We use them to group ideas together. They make a text easier to read. Okay, it's much nicer to look at texts that are organised into paragraphs than to look at one solid chunk of words. And they help us to organise what is being explained. Just make it much, much easier to read a text and to get our point across if we are writing the text. Paragraphs are used to show when a writer has changed time, place, or argument. A paragraph is a group of sentences within a piece of writing written about the same idea or topic. And you're going to have a go now. So, I have written some sentences about my hobbies, and I would like you to help me, please, to put them into groups so that they can be paragraphs. So put them into groups based on the same topics. So I put them in different colours just to make it easier to see the separate sentences. I enjoy cooking at the weekend. Reading is another one of my hobbies. Last year I read 23 books. Cakes are my favourite thing to cook, especially chocolate cakes. I am teaching myself how to crochet. If you didn't know, crochet is a bit like knitting. My favourite book is The Night Bus Hero by Angelique Q. Ralph. I am making a rainbow blanket as a surprise present for my mum. My son says I make the best scones in the world. So these are all sentences about my hobbies. We need to put them into paragraphs. So, can you come up with the 3 different topics that I am talking about, please? So pause the video, work out what are the 3 different hobbies, different topics I am talking about. Once you've worked it out, come back to me, please. Hopefully you've realised I've got cooking, reading and crochet. That's my hobbies, cooking, reading and crochet. What we now need to do then is sort my sentences into those topics. Let's start with cooking. I enjoy cooking at the weekend. Can we find any more about cooking? Oh, this one here. Cakes are my favourite thing to cook, especially chocolate cakes. Let's move these out of the way. Any more about cooking? Oh, this one at the bottom. My son says I made the best scones in the world. There we are. That's my first paragraph. Let's do reading next. Can we find all the sentences about reading and put them together? Reading is another one of my hobbies. Last year I read 23 books. My favourite book is The Night Bus Hero by Angelique Q. Ralph. Okay, last one, crochet. I am teaching myself how to crochet. If you didn't know, crochet is a bit like knitting. I am making a rainbow blanket as a surprise present for my mum. Just have a read through my sentences now. Hopefully you can see that's a lot more cohesive. As a piece of writing, it hangs together better. It makes a lot more sense and it's easier for us to digest when it's written in topics like that. Okay, it's your turn now. I'm going to let you on your own have a go at grouping these sentences into paragraphs. These sentences are all about castles. I will read them to you. Then you need to pause the video and work out how you will put them into paragraphs, please. Castles are a type of home that were built to protect the people inside. People who lived in castles included royalty, noble people, and soldiers. You can still visit many castles today. Why not take a tour? Famous castles include Windsor Castle, Dover Castle, and Kenilworth Castle. Everything about a castle was made that way to keep the people inside safe. Castles could be very crowded places to live because there were a lot of people inside. How would you group those sentences into paragraphs? Pause the video and have a think, please. Okay, hopefully you came up with something like this. So these 2 sentences here are all about castles as protection. So castles are a type of home that were built to protect the people inside. Everything about a castle was made that way to keep people inside safe. So that's one topic. Have a look at our next paragraph. These two sentences are about the people who lived in castles. Castles could be very crowded places to live because there were a lot of people inside. People who lived in castles included royalty, noble people, and soldiers. Right, our last paragraph is about castles you can visit. So famous castles you can visit include Windsor Castle, Dover Castle, and Kenilworth Castle. You can still visit many castles today. Why not take a tour? So that was a little bit trickier than my example, but hopefully it makes sense to you how that works. Right, we've got a whole long piece of text now. This time, I want you to help me work out where we should start a new paragraph. There are no paragraphs in this text at all. How many paragraphs do you think we should split this into? I'll read it for you. You need to pause the video and work out where the topic is changing. Frogs are amphibians, which mean that they can live both on land and in the water. They are cold-blooded, which means that their bodies are the same temperature as the air. When they get cold, they need to lie in the sun to warm up, and when they get too warm, they need to go into the water or find a shady place to cool down. Frogs are found all over the world. They are found in every climate and on all continents except Antarctica. They are often found near any source of fresh water, but they prefer water which does not move very quickly. Smaller frogs eat flies and insects, especially crickets. Larger frogs can eat mice. Frogs do not need to drink because they absorb water through their skin. Pause the video, decide where you would start a new paragraph. How would you split that into logical paragraphs? Okay, hopefully you came up with something like this. So you stop the first section after shady place to cool down. This is all about what frogs and their bodies are like and how they are cold-blooded. We then have a separate section about where frogs live and a separate paragraph, not section, paragraph, a separate paragraph here about the things that they eat and how they drink. So 3 logical topic areas. When we start a new paragraph, we leave a line. Okay, so we have to leave a line between every paragraph. So when you type or when you write in your handwriting in your book, you will write your first paragraph, you will leave a whole blank line, and then you will start your next paragraph on the line below. Okay, so we leave a blank line between each paragraph. Okay, it's your turn now. So you have got a piece of writing here. You need to decide when the paragraph should change. If you have got a printer, you are very welcome to print this out. It's on your daily schedule for today, and just mark on in your pencil or pen where the paragraphs change. If you haven't got a printer, please don't worry. I don't expect you to write out that whole long piece of writing. That's going to take you ages and you won't be learning anything. You just need to write for me paragraph 1. The Nile is the longest river in the world. Paragraph 2. Whichever sentence you think begins the next paragraph, just write the beginning of it. So if you think that the next paragraph starts here, you're going to write paragraph 2 when most people think of the Nile. If you think paragraph 2 starts here, you're going to say paragraph 2, its source is a small stream. Do you see what I mean? I hope you see what I mean. You don't need to write out the whole piece of text. Just make it clear to me where each paragraph starts. When you have done that, that's your Go Deep activity. That will show that you understand what a paragraph is and how it works. And then want you to go deeper by applying that learning into your own writing. I would like you to write about your best ever day. Now, you can make it up if you want to. I don't mind. If you want to be creative, make it up. But you are going to organise your work into paragraphs. Now, before you get started, let's just remind ourselves when we start a new paragraph. Well, when do we think we start a new paragraph? What's under my boxes? Can you remember? When we change time. So when you're writing about your best ever day, when you change time, so maybe in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, you will start a new paragraph. When you change argument or topic, you will start a new paragraph. So you might talk about how you went bowling. You then might talk about how you had a picnic in the park. That's a different topic. So you're going to start a new paragraph for your picnic in the park. What's under this last one? Time, argument, and place. Okay, go away and complete your work, and then I will show you the answers to your Go Deep task. Okay, nice to see you back. Let's have a look at the answer to your Go Deep task here for. Here we are. This is when you should have started a new paragraph. I hope you enjoyed learning about paragraphs today. I look forward to seeing you apply that in your English lessons so that you are writing in paragraphs all the time. Okay? A really, really important skill. Well done on your work today, and I will see you again soon. Bye.